Today we honor a man who in many ways was an ideal Georgian, a devoted husband and father, grandfather, a man of service and character, and certainly, as you can see by the crowd today, a friend of countless people who call this state home, and a leader who also made their communities better.
As for what he meant to Gainesville, Abit Massey was Gainesville. We are the poultry capital of the world because people like Abit Massey pushed the poultry industry, which created jobs and created livelihoods for individuals and families here in Gainesville.
He played the central role in the University of Georgia's special relationship with the poultry industry for over 60 years.
But in 1733, we decided on a motto for this state. It came along with General Overthorpe. Not for self, but for others. That defines Abit Massey's life to me.
When I first started getting involved in Gainesville, Hall County, he was the first person. Actually, I told somebody today, I thought, man, I must be really cool. Abit loves me. And then I found out Abit loves everybody, and he makes everybody feel that way. And so he showed up a lot of times for me. I'm showing up for him.
Dad was a collector. And what I mean by that is he was a collector of friendships, of memories, of books. He was an avid reader, of joyful moments. He had an undergraduate degree and a law degree, but I think he had a PhD in joy.
So my grandfather was, who I'll refer to from now on as Papa, was a man with a superpower, and it was called the human magnet. And with it, he had the ability to bring anyone he was in contact with one level closer. And what I mean by that is he could make a stranger a friend family, and family his favorite person in the world.
When he met my partner, Jilly, he threw out his arms in that way and embraced her. Gave her a peck on the cheek. Many of us in this room have gotten that peck and that embrace. When we came home several years later with our adopted daughter, Lucia, from China, he lifted her up high in his arms and she never looked back. She felt that love and trust from that first moment of being in our family. And I know many of you have felt that, and I think of him as having enough love that he's given us to last throughout our lifetime.
He was and always will be a role model to me, and was the epitome of the kind of man I wanted in my life, and the kind of person I wanted to be. From the beginning, Papa filled my being with so much love and compassion, and as he did for all of you. And I hope that we all can continue to spread the Abit Massey way everywhere we go.
I'm not sure what we did to deserve such an amazing grandfather. Truly the most incredible human being. But I know I owe him living my life a little more like he did every day. And I think quoting Papa himself when he gave that UGA graduation speech that Dr. Moorhead referenced sums it up perfectly. At that speech, Papa quoted a country song, "Live Like You're Dying" by Tim McGraw. And one of the quotes he said was, "Love deeper, speak sweeter, and give forgiveness that you've been denying." And I think we should all try to live a little more like Papa. So thank you.
I asked Papa what his biggest regret was. And it took him a little while to even think of anything to say, and then he said that one time, a long time ago, he had a friend who went tightrope walking, and he didn't go see him tightrope walk, and he regretted that. And I was in total shock. I literally couldn't believe it. Like, that is the first thing that came to his mind. That's his biggest regret. I probably have bigger regrets than that, and I'm only 25 years old. But he just did not miss much. That's why. All the big moments in his kids, grandkids, and friends' lives, and even somehow most of the little ones. There just wasn't much to regret.
It was a blessing to have known Abit. I think as I take away from the ceremony is just how many lives that he touched. Certainly he touched so many lives here in Gainesville, but you could tell people travel from far away to come celebrate his life.
In a book called The 5 Invitations by Frank Otaski, he said this: only two questions really matter at the end of your life. Number one, am I loved? And number two, did I love enough? And I can promise you that Dad could answer both of those with a resounding yes.